Hi everyone, Rene with the American School of Hypnosis. This week I've had two people email me telling me that they can't be hypnotized, and one of them even told me he'd practiced hypnosis and self-hypnosis for years and can't be hypnotized. And I had one practitioner call me saying that he got that same thing from one of his clients, that he couldn't be hypnotized. So I am going to share with you three reasons, why people usually say that, and give you a fourth one that will probably really surprise you in just a moment. So have you ever heard anyone say, I can't be hypnotized, I've tried self-hypnosis for years, I've taken many courses, studied with a lot of people, and it just doesn't work for me? Or you hear people saying, I can't be hypnotized for whatever reason. You might be speaking to someone, or even in public, they hear that you're a hypnotist, and I can't be hypnotized, and they get real, defensive like that. Or you might have even heard it from a client. So I want to speak a little bit about that. Now, most of you realize I used to do comedy hypnosis. And I always started out my comedy hypnosis presentations, or even when I did group hypnosis or any kind of public speaking with hypnosis, I always like to say that anyone with reasonable intelligence can be hypnotized, okay? And whenever I say that, there's always one guy out in the audience that would put his hand up and say, I can't be hypnotized. And I just look at him and he'd think and he'd go, oops, and he put his hand down. Okay, so I stopped saying that, because when they say I can't be hypnotized, they're thinking, I must not have reasonable intelligence. So instead, I'm sure many of you have heard me say that anyone who can understand the language can be hypnotized. Can be hypnotized. But there's several reasons why they won't allow themselves to be. So even though I say anyone that understands the language, there's always that one or two or three that say, well, it doesn't work for me. And here's three of the main reasons why, and then I'm going to get into the one that's going to surprise you. Okay, so one of the main reasons, I guess you could say the first one, is that the person might be analytical. And when somebody's analytical, they can't relax like they do with the normal session. So if you're a practitioner and you didn't test somebody before the session to find out how their mindset works, that's the purpose of suggestibility tests. It's not just to amaze them with your ability to get their fingers and their arms to move. It's to find out how their mind works so you can approach the session or approach their mindset with the proper method. If they're non-analytical, you relax them. If they're analytical, you keep their mind busy, okay? Think of it. People go through hypnosis multiple times each day, unknowingly. It's just a natural thing of accepting suggestion. You accept suggestion for so many things, or you'll resist it and do just the opposite, but that's still doing a counter suggestion. So you've still been given a suggestion. Which brings you to the second reason why, which is most people don't understand what hypnosis is. Okay, we understand, at least most hypnotherapists understand if they've had proper training, but lots of hypnotherapists learn on their own from books and from courses that don't really explain it. All hypnosis is being open to suggestion. So if you can be open to suggestion and use your imagination, you're basically in a state of hypnosis. Right now, if you're accepting what I'm saying to you and not resisting it, you're in a lighter state of hypnosis because you're accepting the suggestion. So think of that, accepting suggestion. Unless you're physically going la 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 la, okay, and fighting it, you're accepting the suggestion. So you go through suggestion all the time. Or you accept suggestion, or you're being given suggestion, constantly throughout the day, from advertising and supermarkets, when you go pretty much anywhere, church, school, watching television, listening to the radio, listening to your family, your parents, your spouse, even your children if you're not careful, okay? So people don't understand because they think they need to be in some kind of a trance and their eyes need to be spinning. They need to be under someone's control. I mean, I really dislike the word trance and tell my graduates, don't use it. It's a misnomer. It's a word that's been used so wrong throughout the years in society. People think that you're under a control, and you're not under anyone's control. You can't be made to do anything you don't want to do under hypnosis. Don't want to deep inside, because even on a subconscious level, you're always paying attention. You know what's happening. So it's important to understand that hypnosis is suggestion. You don't have to have your eyes closed. You don't have to be pulled away into some kind of alternate reality. You might hear every word the hypnotist says, or you might not hear any. It doesn't really matter. Everyone's a little different. Sometimes if I go deep enough, I'll open my eyes and not have heard anything Raluca said when she hypnotized me. I might have lost maybe half an hour worth of suggestions because I only thought I had my eyes closed for about 2 minutes. And that's hypnosis. Other times I hear every single word and I'm listening to them, but that's still hypnosis because I'm still not resisting. I'm listening because I enjoy hearing her voice. She has a foreign accent, and it's a very pleasant accent to listen to. So it's important to, number 2, is to understand what hypnosis is, that you're not under someone's control, that yes, you can open your eyes in the middle of a session, just don't do it, but yeah, they can, or you can be hypnotized with your eyes open as well as closed. It's just easier to relax while your eyes are closed. And number 3 is sometimes the client really doesn't want to change. For instance, someone coming to see you to quit smoking because their spouse or their children or their parents tell them you need to quit smoking, or even their doctor. So they're going to do it, but they don't really want to, and they want an excuse. So they say hypnosis doesn't work, or that hypnotist is no good, and they blame it on the hypnotist because no one wants to take responsibility for their actions. At least people that don't want to change, they won't take responsibility. They want to be a victim, and they want to blame it on someone else, because what do victims do? They blame, they complain, or they rationalize why they can't be successful. So those are the 3 main reasons, the 3 normal reasons. But there's one more. Remember I mentioned the one that's going to surprise you? There's one more, and it goes like this. You always get what you're fighting for. Think about that. You always get what you're fighting for. It's a matter of self-talk, focus, and belief. Just recently, I had someone tell me, I mentioned it earlier, that he couldn't be hypnotized, that he studied hypnosis for a while, has tried self-hypnosis, and it just doesn't work. I thought about that for a while, and I found that I've done that myself for a few times. Raluca would want to hypnotize me for something, and that's not going to work on me. I've been doing hypnosis for years, and I know what it is and how it works, and because I know that, it really won't work on me. Guess what? You always get what you're fighting for. I've said that so many times, my self-talk, and I would focus on that, and you always attract what you focus on. So I believed it even more and more, and it became a belief. And until I really got it thrown in my face because I heard someone else saying the same thing, then I realized, oh my, I've created a belief that I can't be hypnotized for this certain thing. But was it true? Of course not. Because I've hypnotized thousands of other people for similar things, okay? And I hear practitioners saying, oh, it didn't work. I said, what's your success rate? 95%. Well, if it doesn't work for that one person, as long as you gave it 100%, doing it properly like you always do it, then it worked. They need to give it 100% too. Remember, people don't understand what hypnosis is, and if they do, they realize it's not a magic spell, it's a helpmate. And when something is a helpmate, that means it's helping you, not doing it for you. So I give it 100% doing the session. You need to give it 100% accepting the session and doing your part. You still need to try to change. Hypnosis isn't magic. It's not going to do it for you, but it'll be the strongest helpmate you've had to do what you're doing. So it's there to help you, but if you don't do anything on your side, then you're not helping it yourself. Okay, so it's not going to do it. It's not going to, if you're trying to stop smoking and you take a cigarette, it's not going to go, no, I can't, no, I can't. If you want to put the cigarette in your mouth, it's going to go right in your mouth. You need to try. So think of it, any habit or any belief that you have, whether it's a religious belief, a political belief, how did you get that belief? By being given suggestions and hearing something over and over, and you focus on it. It might be from your parents, it might be from yourself, it might be from your neighborhood, it might be from observation, and you're just inundated with that belief system so much, or those words so much, that eventually becomes a habit from the focus, and habits, if you continue doing them, become your belief. So you have certain religious beliefs, you have certain spiritual beliefs, you have certain maybe work beliefs, work ethics, you have certain political beliefs. Are they the right beliefs? Of course not. Why do I say that? Because there are many, many beliefs on any topic. And if there's that many other beliefs, what makes yours the only right one? What? Your belief. So guess what? Just like you can change a habit, you can change a belief. So if you believe you can't be hypnotized, you've conditioned yourself that way. And you can change that by beginning to say, I can change. I can quit smoking. I can lose weight. I can have a great relationship. I can stop being angry. I can get rid of this pain. All those things you can change. And by focusing on what you're saying, okay, so saying the right things and saying, instead of saying I can't, start saying I can. By focusing on it, you create a habit through repetition. That's how all habits are created. That's how you learn to ride a bicycle, learn the alphabet, math, everything is from repetition. And then this repetition becomes a habit, your habit becomes a belief, and the belief makes you who you are. So if you don't like one of your beliefs, change it. Focus on something different, continue to do it, and it's going to override the previous belief. So now you know when someone says they can't be hypnotized, think about that. You always get what you focus on. So when somebody says, I can't be hypnotized, you look at them and say, you might be right, because of their belief. They need to change their belief. They need to work at it. They need to give it 100% to change. So I hope that helps you with your own self-hypnosis practices and as a practitioner. If you'd like to learn more about hypnosis, I have a link just below this video going to our home study course teaching you all you need to know about hypnosis, and also to our free hypnosis manual, which is the same curriculum we use in the course. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you could share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell so you'll be notified when we do a new video. And have a great day. Bye-bye now.